Hi everyone, welcome back to Marilyn Monday. The question was asked, if you met Marilyn, what would you tell her? So let's read some of their answers and see what they would say to me. Sharon Duffin, that she is lovely. Sue Hester, that you're so loved. Bradley Briggs, we missed you. Now finish Something's Gotta Give so we have another classic to savor and enjoy. Careful who you date. Louise Palm, that she's absolutely fabulous. What a great show that is. Fran Ewert, she's loved. Denise Schumacher, ask her to hang out with the family and relax. I would love to. JJ Jimmy, I will love you and protect you. Patrick Gillame, impossible to speak to her. She was like a goddess for me. Carol Weatherford, I see you, I feel you, I hear you. Teresa Snell Coburn, that she was the last natural beauty. No fake body parts or lip injections. Well, that's almost true. Marianne Morgan, come on, she's a human being. Would have loved to chat. Oh good, let's talk. Let's get some coffee. Tracy Shepard, you're so beautiful, and I'd be speechless after I told her. Alex Gray, as above, says it all. Emma Adamian says that her life will be cut if only she starts taking care of it urgently. All the rest isn't that important. I think we should all live by that way of thinking, because you really never know what's going to happen today or tomorrow. Elizabeth Wardley Taburn says that beauty fades. What a price to pay, to become forever young and beautiful, which she will always be now. Would tell her to have confidence in herself, and I'm afraid tell her not to bed hop. With the wrong sort of men. Gosh, every breath is a sentence. She had the world at her feet, bless her always. Ed Haberlin says, don't get your nose done. Too late. Teresa Cricelli says, oh, can we hang out? You are absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, stunning lady. Tanya Hornung says, love yourself. Romika Miles, as well as stop being promiscuous. I was married. Bob Mathis says that I loved living in her home and feeling her beautiful presence. Apparently he lived in Brentwood at Fifth Helena. My mom and stepfather bought it right after she went to heaven. Gosh. Tanya Hornung is back. She says just get to know her, that would be a blessing. Lucia Emma Anastasia Verardo says, I wouldn't say anything judgmental like many of you are doing here. What business is it of yours anyway? We could go for coffee or dinner, shop, hang out, talk, and be friends. Maria Gabriela Braganza says, I don't wear underwear. My underwear is Chanel No. 5. Maybe there's like a Google Translate thing, and that's where most of these fake quotes are coming from? Is that a good theory? Nicholas Villegas says, can I buy you a drink? Nicole St. George, how wonderful she is. Tanya Hornung is back. Love yourself, believe in yourself. I would also welcome wise words from her as friends do. Lilith June says, leave the show business. Sevda Ramos says, she is not alone, she is loved. Catherine Kendrick, don't marry Arthur Miller. That was my best one. That was my best marriage, though. It lasted the longest, and I tried the hardest. Angelo DeMaria says, you're gorgeous. Joe Knopf, I'm going to say Joe Knopf, that she has changed everyone's lives and been an inspiration to everyone. Clary Charlie McMurray says, something she has never heard. Well, the name Clary is something I've never heard, so we're already good. Chanel Eliza Jane Collins says, I love you. You're beautiful, smart, amazing. Keep being yourself. There's nobody like you in the world. You're so unique. Nikki Ann Wheeler says, you're amazing. Love yourself no matter what. James Buckley says that no matter what, I thought she was wonderful. Alan J. Porter says, don't sell your soul or give your love to those who want to take advantage of who you are. Then try for children in your family rather than superficial fame. Now, Alan, Mr. Porter, I know that you don't know me, but those who know me better know better. And I did try for children in my family quite a few times. And after several miscarriages, it was a very sore topic for me. So for you to tell me that as if it's never occurred to me is a little bit hurtful. And that was your one chance to talk to me. Elise Dawn Marie says, and tell her she was fantastic and a talent. I would love to have gotten to know her, and I wish she knew how wonderful and talented she was. Bernie Ott says, you are so loved. Elisa Young says that she is so loved and she will always be number one and a legend. Maria Carolina Sanchez says, I am here for you. You're not alone. Pauline Savage says that she was so wonderful and I would forever be her friend. Wish I could have been. I just love her. Diane Wilkes says, I adore you. Shane Garcia says, let's have coffee and chat. Renee Bologna Cookies Barnes. I would tell her how beautiful she is and that I have her pics all through my house. Teresa L. Lethko says, give her a big hug and tell her no matter what, you are beautiful inside and out. You're so loved and wanted. Alan Bauer says, you're one tough chick. Stay strong. Ian Lushington says, wonderful. Sylvie Leclerc says, stay with Joe. Mike Johnson says, stay with Joe. Rich Elliott says, be careful of your choice in men. Think hard before you go into the relationship, and how beautiful and talented she is, and loved throughout the whole world. I don't think anyone goes into a relationship without any kind of thought at all. How do I say this? If my heart was all locked up in a box with icy, frigid air, I don't think I could have played the characters that I played with any kind of sensitivity or emotion. And all I wanted to do was act. So I think it would have been really counterproductive, and my work would have suffered if I was so cold that I didn't allow myself to feel what I felt. I don't have any regrets. Georges Michelet says, I will never leave her one time. Jadranka Urosevic says, you are queen of beauty forever. Jennifer Kress, believe that you have your own strength. Oh, don't I know it? David Sekik says, we miss her. Hazel Casey, how much she is missed by everyone. Peter Hunt, I love you? Question mark? Tony Bryant, you're safe with me. I've heard that before. Michelle Sherman, hold on. It gets better. See, a lot of these things are advice that you really should be giving each other to this very day. It doesn't have to be me. I'm sure you all know somebody who could use a few words of encouragement and a little gesture of love. So please don't hesitate, because you never know what's going to happen. Sabine Cruz says, you are wonderful and one of the smartest women that ever walked that earth. Joy Burke says, I would like to be her friend and she could count on me. John Setso says, I would say friends forever. You can count on me. Arthur Baker says, please marry me. I've already been a baker once, Arthur. Jean Godin says, how much her presence influenced the modern world in many, many ways. Oh, and how absolutely beautiful she is. Gary Thomas says that she's my favorite actress and she's beautiful. Nuno Kamara says that you are loved unconditionally. Ava Katraya? I don't know how to pronounce that. That I love her and want to be friends. Lauren Charles Brown says she's loved. Martin Durant says, how you doing? Yvonne Duffy says, not to try to live up to everyone else's expectations of her. Marilyn, to thine own self be true. Love yourself. The rest will fall into place. Lorena Miko says, let me do your makeup. Sure. You can have a go at it. Elena Bueno says, you are gorgeous inside as well. Erica Fernandez says, with the beauty you have, you don't need anything else. Take care. Life is cruel. It can also be wonderful, though. Antonio Macedo says, I'd like to stay with you forever. Tammy Mavie says she's loved. Mona Fujit Shannon says don't date anyone in politics. Is Bernie Sanders married? Monica Sobieka says she's a nice and interesting person. Yui Ziegler says let's drink a glass of wine or two. Bjarni Skuli Ketulson says should we go and make love under the oak in Clawland country in full moon? Gosh, that's forward, isn't it? And very specific. Donna Reed says that I know what it's like to have parents who are not there and a mom who was crazy. That I am here for her if she wants to talk. Like I said, almost everything hard that you've ever been through, someone else has gone through the same thing. No matter how crazy it sounds, someone else has done it. You're never alone. And don't be afraid to reach out because you never know how it will be received. And it's better to reach out than to not reach out at all. And you never really know what someone else's struggles are until you talk about it. Mercedes Gallegos says hello. Chris Chebb, you are my most favorite actors ever. Will you marry me, Marilyn? Christy Barfield says, thank you for what you gave women. You are the total package. Victor Lindo. He says, can I lick you all over? Victor, I don't know if you know about this, but there's a pandemic right now. So maybe it's not the best idea to go around licking strangers. Donald Stevenson says nice. Don Heatley says happy birthday to us on June 1st. Hey, birthday twins. Togieo Starosa says marry me please. Margarita. What a name you've got. Says I love you. Katie O'Sullivan says you're so talented. I wish I was like you. You might be more like me than you think. Maria Stavropoulos says I love you. Ishi Tiffany Belzim says you're not alone. We're always there for you. You don't really need a man. So many people love you. Sarah Hope Ferguson. Actually, you know what? You're right. You don't need another person in a romantic sense to make yourself a whole person. You don't. You can be a whole person all by yourself. But you're never really by yourself, are you? Sarah Hope Ferguson. I don't know where I'd start because I've loved and adored her since I was 7. I'll start there. Vicki Lawrence. There are people who truly care about you. Sherry Snell. You are loved and cherished. Alexandra Sherrill. Your outside beauty is just the reflection of your inside one. Jenna Rose. I admire you. Magda Gordet. I'm so sorry for everything that happened to you. Chris Hanant. Can't say it here. Oh! Gail Gee. I would tell her that she was an intelligent, beautiful lady that's had a big impact in my life and thank her for it. Fred Adams. I would be so excited. I doubt that I could speak. Roddy Phipps. What a name. I like that name. Roddy Phipps. Just say it out loud. Roddy Phipps. That she was the most photogenic human in history and she was great and some like it hot. Monique Murray. I just want to give her a tender, loving care. Renee Kren. Nothing for the first minute. Just let this dream happen and smile. Adele Zucky. Speechless. Jim Birch. I love her and want to have kids with her. Well, you wouldn't be the first to want that. Well, good luck with that, Jim. Yasmin Solomon. Hello, you're so beautiful. Danny Martinez. Lay, lady, lay. Debbie K. You are incredible. Don't ever doubt yourself. Anthony Lopez. I am here to serve you. Are you a waiter? Barbara Felicia. You are my idol. Norm Wallman. You are in the top 5 of most loved people of all time. Jerry Miller. I love you. Tina Hodson, you are back now. Walk with me. I will never let you go and always be by your side. Well, I do restore myself when I'm alone. I need my alone time. Mark King says thank you. Richard Stalker, I made a book of your photographs and nobody sees it. Where is it? Did you publish it or are you just collecting it? O'Hara Bosco, you've been so loved and still loved every moment. I adore you close to me. Gerardo Pinaloza Ortegon, oh, I've been missing you. Where have you been? Lillian Corrales says that she is very beautiful and I miss her. Dale Rice says, I would say, Dear Marilyn, your soul shines through your eyes and is 100 times the beauty of the exterior Hollywood adores. We miss her childlike joy even today. Sally Bernier says, I have your pictures all over my wall and makeup table. Brandon Monroe, I would like to take Marilyn Monroe on a date and pay for her food and just talk about drama. She's a really beautiful woman in my book.
And now, this.
And now.
Glenn Lagerstedt says, how did you really die? Aziz Dibonito says, please stay alive. Well, I'm working on it. Shirley Chong says, I would say, how did you really die? Paul Wilson, when you are gone, there will be idiots all over the internet making up fantasy stories about your death that quite frankly disrespect your memory and cheapen your life and work. He is right. Zisan Yakupoglu, keep on living. I'm trying. Irene Sturgill says, we are soul connected. I dreamed the night of your death. You were murdered, so I feel very close to you always. Love, Irene. Brandon Monroe. Well, welcome back, Brandon. He says, I have 2 beautiful tattoos of Marilyn Monroe. Your fans still love, still today. They go out of their way to show you they love you. And they go to Marilyn Monroe's gravesite in Hollywood and they put flowers and pictures. As long as I am alive, I keep collecting new Marilyn Monroe stuff. You're so damn beautiful, Marilyn Monroe. And everyone and everybody knows you're beautiful. Marilyn Monroe, rest, sweet angels, and the sky. Your fans will always love you. I am your biggest fan in the world. Madeline Bouvie. 60 years after your death, they call you a goddess. Let's see what they call you in 100 years. You reached immortality. You are loved, silly girl. Now, I've been called a lot of things, but a goddess? Susan Claire O'Neill. I would tell her that someone's going to murder her and not to take sleeping pills. You know what? Wait a second. If I took sleeping pills, then nobody murdered me. But if somebody was going to murder me and I took sleeping pills, they wouldn't really be able to do it still, would they? That doesn't make a lot of sense. How can you believe both? André Delorme. I would tell her that people in the year 2020 would make up crazy stories about her getting murdered. Then she would laugh so hard she would cry. And then she would say, are you serious? How stupid. I don't know if I would call anybody stupid. But it is funny. To a point. Andrea de Alessio McDermott says, sorry she died so young, in such a tragic way at the hand of the mafia. R.J. Sullivan says, oh, bleep, am I dead? It's not so bad. And that's that. I'm already gone, but there are a lot of people who are still here, who could really use a little support. A little goes a long way. So I know I've already said it a couple times, but a lot of the things that people would love to say to me that maybe didn't get a chance to say in person, a lot of those things could really be said to people who are really close to you right now. Take care of each other. And don't forget, there are people who are alive and well who could really benefit from hearing a few kind words once in a while. So don't forget to mention those to those people. Don't forget to reach out. Sometimes it's a little embarrassing to say something, that's vulnerable to someone. But sometimes that could be the one thing to save their whole life.